Many months ago now, you quit being a caster to return to professional play. How does it feel returning to TI as a player as opposed to a caster?
It feels really good. It was my primary goal, of course, when I made the first team in December. Of course, the goal is TI for every player. So I'm very excited, of course, very happy, very proud as well, to be honest. Given the short time frame and the fact that I was inactive for 2 years, I feel like it's a pretty big accomplishment.
Returning to TI after a little bit of time, how does it feel to be back?
Feels pretty good. I like TI4 a lot, and then I missed TI5, and now I'm back again, so pretty confident. I like my team, group stage was really rough, but
Of the patches that you've played at TI, which is your favorite?
I think overall probably this one. This one or TI3, I guess. The TI1 patch didn't have so many heroes, and the balance, and it was so early in the game that I don't really think you could say the game was really balanced around at that point. And if I would have played all TIs, then I don't know, no, probably still this one. It just seems, at least for now, that there's a very big amount of diversity. There is a couple of cheese strategies that win games where it's like, oh, okay, that game was just won on draft, but I feel like in a way it's kind of always been that way. Maybe there's a little bit more of it now, but then when you look through the fact that there's more cheese games, then the average across the rest of the games seems very diverse, and you could tell from the number of heroes picked and banned that the game's in a very good spot right now.
You guys seem to have a really super good spirit. Is it a combination of all the players wanting to make a team that works, or is it one or two people trying to push hard to make it work?
It's a combination, I think, because the newer players, Kazu and Yap, want to prove themselves. They're not that established in the scene yet, so they want to prove that they're good. And Synderen and me, we haven't had the best results in the past, so we want to prove to other people that we're good at the game. So yeah, it's a combination. Everyone just wants to win, and I think that's a must-have in a good team.
When things aren't going so well, they draw from you, Synderen Qojqva, Kazu and Yaps, obviously. What do you get from them as their sort of relatively newer, younger eyes? What did they give to the older players as a team?
It helps. It gives a good team dynamic that they obviously have their own pitches and suggestions, and we generally just work together as a team and talk about it. They have some different perspective maybe on things they think would be strong and things that appeal to them and that they are good with, and they have made their own experiences with. And then we take into account what each individual thinks is good and try to incorporate it in our strategy. So yeah, maybe a different outlook on the game, or maybe I'm a little bit stuck in the past, I don't know, perhaps a bit. They might have a more recent outlook on things as that. And then of course, when it comes to the dynamic of the team, having those younger players who are very talented trust in your ability and listen to you also helps create a really good, it bonds the team very well together, that you feel like these new talents really listen to you and care about your opinions, and that helps you and your own confidence when it comes to drafting and in-game check calling.
Particularly you and Era being older players, how has that influenced your ability to bounce back from losses like you've had?
I think it plays a fairly big role. Experience is very important when it comes to it. We can kind of pull, newer players like Kazu and Yaps, or don't have the same experience with playing these big tournaments and with taking wins or losses. So they can definitely draw some energy from us when it comes to that. I would say Qojqva is pretty experienced too. He's played 2 TIs himself, TI3 and 4. TI4 actually had a pretty good result. They got 9th with Team Liquid, and in many ways should have got top 8 at least. There was an unfortunate moment there, but yeah, pretty experienced squad, and yeah, it plays a big role.
How does it feel to be in a meta where Lone Druid is seen more often?
Well, it's fun for me. I think we picked it 4 times at TI and we won all of them. And in other games it's always banned. It's always first ban against us, and only us as well. Alliance gets the hero if they want to, for example. So I would enjoy playing the hero more, but can't. So definitely enjoy the hero. It's just, I feel like the hero is just so versatile. You can do anything, and I think that's a big strength of the hero.
If you were to make one change from your professional career up until this point, what would it be?
My drive and attitude toward and during TI3. I reached a point, and this is something I learned a lot from, because I think that was one of the parts of why the team underperformed at TI3, was that I reached a point where I felt complacent with. I actually had this thought to myself that I was like, I am fine with being the worst player in this team because I make up for it with drafting and good strategizing. And it won us a lot of games, but that's a very unhealthy approach. You need to constantly pressure yourself to want to get better. And if you are the weakest player, you don't accept it. You try your hardest to get stronger and to be as good as everyone else. That was one of the reasons at TI3. We also had for other reasons, we had a pretty bad team environment going into that tournament, which was, of course, a shame because a lot of people actually expected us to place top 8 that tournament. But that is definitely my biggest regret, was that I didn't push myself hard enough, and I learned a lot from that. And I think that's why I'm here again. Actually, is that I try hard.
Are there any super rare Pokemon in Seattle?
I don't know. I don't play the game.
You don't play the game?
No. When I have free time, I just go to the gym.
So, go to the gym. How else do you spend your free time when you're not playing?
I think that's it, actually.
Dota and gym and sleep.
Dota and gym and sleep, and yeah, I think that's actually it. Just going out with friends occasionally, but if you go out and drink, and then the next day you have to play, it's always like such a hassle because you just play so much worse. So yeah. I guess those 3 things, actually. Yeah.
Which are you going to vote for, IO or Juggernaut?
I already voted for IO.
All 48?
All 48. I like Juggernaut. I play Juggernaut way more, though, but I think IO has some cool potential. I just want to see what they do with it.